In a ruined structure, a soldier rested under broken beams. Unaware he'd been marked from above, a drone dropped a device nearby. Jolted awake, he reached for a grenade in panic, but his grip failed. The object slipped from his hand and landed dangerously close. This moment highlights how fatigue, panic, and precision surveillance shape outcomes in today's high-pressure battlefield environments. What you're about to witness is not a distant war. It's the quiet revolution in modern combat. Across Ukraine's front lines, drones no longer just observe, they dominate. The battlefield is shifting. Can soldiers still find cover when the sky is watching? If you're here for real tactical insight, not just headlines, hit subscribe and stay ahead of how war is truly evolving. What happens when a soldier mistakes danger for debris further along a narrow path? A different soldier spotted a strange bag left near the trail's edge. He paused, reached down, and lifted it to inspect. But the moment it shifted, the device triggered, ending the inspection instantly. In modern warfare, disguised threats turn curiosity into critical risk within seconds. Under a sparse tree, two soldiers sat quietly talking, resting. Overhead, an FPV drone adjusted course without a sound. It descended slowly and struck the base of the trunk with precision. Tree cover without foliage offers little concealment when drones are trained to read terrain from above. In the same sector, Ukrainian wormbusters of the 414th UAV Brigade Magyar's Birds spotted a group of Russian soldiers moving through ruins with supply crates in hand. From above, surveillance tracked every step as they reached an abandoned warehouse. An FPV drone moved in silently. Entering the structure, inside, two soldiers stood frozen against the wall, hoping to escape detection. Within seconds, the drone completed its task, and the group was neutralized. Drones highlight how concealment in ruined settlements rarely guarantees safety under constant aerial observation. Across an open clearing, two Russian soldiers sat resting, one upright, the other already face down on the ground. Both had noticed the incoming drone, but neither moved. Seconds later, a small device dropped with precision. The second soldier shifted his posture and mirrored the same position, still, low and silent. Fatigue in exposed terrain can limit response time, turning observation into vulnerability. Not far from there, in the middle of a tall, grassy field, another soldier moved low to the ground, unaware he was already being tracked from behind. An FPV drone adjusted its flight path. It hovered briefly, then made its move, precise, silent, and final. Advanced optics and rear-angle approaches reduce reaction time to nearly zero. At a dirt crossroads near Velika Novosilka, two Russian engineers arrived by motorcycle and dismounted to plant anti-armor mines. Overhead, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone already tracked their every move. Moments later, rifle fire blocked their retreat, forcing them into cover. An FPV drone was launched to support, descending quickly and neutralizing the ambush attempt before the mines could be set. Coordinated ground fire and aerial assets show how layered tactics disrupt sabotage before it develops. In the Velika Novosilka sector, a Russian soldier fired upward at an approaching drone while retreating toward his group, but as he stumbled and fell, the drone adjusted and descended sharply, making contact before he could recover, just meters away. Another soldier crawled from a patch of brush, trying to stay low. He crossed through tall grass, hoping to evade, but a second drone had already locked on. This moment shows how layered drone response leaves little room for escape, especially in exposed terrain. At the edge of a ruined compound, A Russian soldier carried food supplies back toward his shelter, preparing to cook, just steps away. A sudden mechanical hum drew his eyes upward. An FPV drone hovered low, locked on. He turned to run, but before he reached cover, a small device dropped precisely along his path. Unexpected movement near shelters often triggers pre-programmed drone behavior, reducing reaction time to seconds. Inside a crumbling house, a Russian soldier paused to rest. He didn't notice the drone until it was already hovering close, and by the time he looked up, there was no chance to react. Nearby, another drone patrolling the area detected movement behind a bare tree. It circled once, then drove straight into the trunk with precision. A second man lingered close, unsettled, walking in hesitant circles before being caught in turn, not far away. A third soldier sat inside a roofless structure. He stared at the approaching drone but made no effort to resist, frozen in place. Drones exploit hesitation and fatigue, proving how constant aerial pressure denies ground troops any secure pause. Elsewhere, under an open sky, another soldier looked up toward the sound above, almost as if challenging what hovered in the air, but the drone didn't hesitate. A small device dropped near his feet, quick, deliberate, and calculated. This illustrates how hesitation, even for a second, offers drones just enough time to act first. When hiding no longer works, what remains down south, in the occupied Kherson sector? Thermal drone imagery revealed multiple Russian soldiers concealed in thick patches of tall grass. They weren't moving, but they weren't hidden. A Ukrainian drone approached low and steady, one by one. It hovered above each position and released small devices with precision. The entire group was neutralized in sequence, without warning or sound. Thermal targeting enables drones to locate passive threats, even when there's no visible movement. Further west, south of Pokrovsk, cameras from the 3rd Mechanized Battalion of the 155th Brigade captured a road transformed into a barrier. Convoys of trucks, armored vehicles, and even tanks tried to move forward, but each was methodically intercepted. No column managed to pass. The route became a symbol of blocked momentum, where logistics and armor alike were brought to a halt under constant surveillance and strikes. Drone coordination along supply corridors demonstrates how sustained interdiction can freeze enemy advances before they reach the front. In the Zaporizhia sector, Ukrainian operators from the Ronin UAS Battalion of the 65th Mechanized Brigade uncovered a Russian Buk missile launcher hidden in tall grass. An FPV drone was launched, striking with precision close by. Another military truck was targeted as crews dismounted to service the launcher. Further ahead, a supply vehicle parked among sparse trees was neutralized, followed by additional trucks moving toward the front. Each strike severed links in the logistical chain, slowing resupply and limiting offensive momentum. Drones used against high-value assets highlight how layered surveillance can dismantle enemy logistics in real time. In the Kostiantynivka direction, reconnaissance drones from the Vartovy Battalion of the 36th Marine Brigade identified a Russian logistics column moving forward. An FPV drone locked onto a lone motorcyclist, closing in before he could react. The second strike targeted a supply truck, its crew abandoning the vehicle as the drone descended. Another truck moving through a residential area was quietly tracked and hit. Further along, a rushing motorcycle rider leapt aside, but was still neutralized. Finally, a concealed shelter was struck from above, completing the sequence. Drone persistence shows how layered surveillance dismantles supply chains. leaving ground forces exposed and unsupported. Modern battlefields are no longer defined by trenches and heavy armor alone. They are shaped by aerial surveillance, instant data, and unmanned precision. What once required entire formations can now be achieved by a single operator guiding a drone from miles away. This shift doesn't just change tactics, it alters logistics, morale, and the very rhythm of combat. Understanding these changes is key because the technology we see here today will define how conflicts are fought tomorrow. If you value clear tactical insights, stand with us, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.